Some people go say, yeah, yeah, they smell. Nah, they break. Nigeria finally restores power supply to Niger Republic after 7 months blackout over ECOWAS lifted sanctions. Can you just imagine? They not even, maybe Tinubu to say they go beg am. Oh, they go come say, oh please, oh this and that. And you begin to ask yourself, how have they been managing? This Niger Republic people, how have they been managing? This comes a few days after the regional bloc, the Economic Community of West African States, announced the lifting of sanctions on Niger in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Nigeria has restored power supply to the Niger Republic for the first time in 7 months. This comes a few days after the regional bloc ECOWAS announced the lifting of sanctions on Niger in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. During its 24th session, ECOWAS said it was lifting the sanctions to ameliorate the suffering of the Nigerian people. Regarding sanctions against Niger, the regional bloc authority decided to lift with immediate effect the following sanctions imposed on the Republic of Niger: closure of land and air borders between ECOWAS countries and Niger, institution of ECOWAS no-fly zone on all commercial flights to and fro Niger, suspension of all commercial and financial transactions between ECOWAS member states and Niger, freeze of all service transactions, including utility services and electricity to Niger Republic, freeze of assets of the Republic of Niger in ECOWAS central banks, freeze of assets of the Niger state enterprises and parastatals in commercial banks, suspension of Niger from all financial assistance and transactions with all financial institutions, particularly EBID and VOAD, travel ban on government officials and their family members. Authorities in Nigeria had blocked power supply to its neighboring country following sanctions imposed by ECOWAS after the military coup in July 2023 deposed the democratically elected government of Mohamed Bazoum. 7 out of the 8 states in Niger rely on electricity supply from Nigeria under a long-standing trade agreement between the two countries. For the first time in 7 months, electricity supply was sustained throughout Wednesday night in the 7 states. Authorities have announced the restoration of power after a reconnection of transmission station in Nigeria's Kebbi state. Elated residents welcome the development, especially as the Ramadan fast approaches. Yes, some people are saying that because it's going to affect them. But with all this, it's all the sanctions that even Niger Republic has placed on other ECOWAS countries, especially Nigeria. You think they're going to reverse it because you did this? Because they never even begged you in the first place. So it will be difficult for you to expect them to reciprocate. Because the reason why you are doing it is because you know it's going to affect you very well. Well, we don't even realize our duty is to send it out for those that need it. What a country called Nigeria. Restore power how? Do Nigeria have light in their country? And Nigeria is in blackout. What a funny news. Thought they said national grid was down. Since the junta take over power, is their lives changing now? Why there's no power here in Nigeria? Restore darkness. How can a powerless nation give light to a progressing nation? Buhari will be happy. Oh, of course. Kudos to Tinubu for making we Nigeria the powerhouse of Africa. And yes, we don't have light in Nigeria. Now we they give light, but we know they get the light. Ayo. Welcome development. Thank you, Mr. President. You are working. Nigeria is working. How do we power Niger Republic when we don't even have power supply for our own dear country? How? Hmm. Wow. Now wow. Can you just imagine? Funny news, just like saying Tinubu finally built Nigeria, just like he built Lagos after months of disagreement with NLC. Meanwhile, Nigeria itself no get light, or every day national grid keeps collapsing. I wonder the rationale behind giving what you don't have. Una dey restore power to another while una country dey on blackout. That is why Ghana dey yab us sometimes. Wait o, na which power Nigeria restore to Niger? When we don't even have light in Nigeria, person wey dey darkness go dey give person light. I no understand, and we don't even have light here. Hmm, this is funny news. Welcome development. This one is thanking Tinubu. Now we dey give light, but now we don't get. We dey stay inside darkness, big darkness, darkness. And they will tell you it is as a result of this and this and that. But the question is that why can't we provide enough for ourselves? We have all it takes. When they are talking in most of the European countries, talking about solar and solar this, I said this is and they are, even with their cold weather, they still have a solar. The sun still shine through their solar, which they use in charging. Not to talk of we that have the sun in abundance all through the year. All through the year. So fortunate. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this.